Hello, I'm Charles Alcock and this is AIN TV. Today we're talking about the state of the pre-owned market. Nothing moves, nothing happens in business aviation unless pre-owned aircraft sales are moving. And to help me understand this better, I'm talking to Chad Anderson. You're the president of Jetcraft. You've got pretty optimistic projections for this year. I think you said you were hoping to do $1 billion worth of deals, which is sounds very positive indeed.
Yes.
Please just tell us, first of all, where is Jetcraft most active? What is it that you do, that you bring to the market?
Well, thank you, Charles. Jetcraft Corporation is a truly global company. Our corporate headquarters are based in Raleigh, although we have offices globally. Most recent expansions include Switzerland, Moscow, Russia, China forthcoming, Latin America forthcoming, etc. So as far as where Jetcraft is positioned, we like to consider every deal as domestic. I have to say, though, as far as Jetcraft's transaction activity, year to date, Jetcraft has closed 41 transactions as of end of third quarter. We have 8 pending transactions at the moment under contract and heading toward closure. That puts us on a trajectory to exceed 50 deals before year's end, and I am anticipating we should hit the $1 billion mark in terms of volume of sales.
That's fascinating. See, I'm a natural pessimist, and that completely contrasts with my picture.
Indeed.
I look at the financial news every day, and I think, my God, this has got to be the worst time possible to be selling aircraft. So if we look at the market in the big picture, I mean, is there a category of aircraft that isn't moving so well, maybe because they're too old, maybe because they're wrongly priced, and then is there another end of the market that is moving far better?
Very good question. Frankly, it is very much the upper echelon that is moving much more efficiently. Small to mid-size aircraft move at a much more pessimistic pace, but the buyers are still there. There's still a fundamental requirement for corporate aircraft. That requirement doesn't diminish. Markets come and go, but I assure you that buyers still command face-to-face meetings. They still command a use of an aircraft. The emerging markets are where we see the growth in terms of, particularly with the large cabin aircraft, for requirements for movements from China, from Russia, from Latin America, etc. However, that said, if you take a look at Jetcraft's results year to date, we've seen the United States rebound very nicely in the last 12 calendar months. Specifically, our results were 75% above the pace we were last year at this time in the United States, and that parallels our growth in all the emerging markets.
That really is interesting. So in that respect, there isn't an absolutely direct correlation between the wider state of the financial sector and the economy. If people have a good reason to be buying an aircraft, they will be buying an aircraft, and they still want to get the right aircraft.
Indeed, and the buyers that are still out there, they still have the capacity to buy, and frankly, they're opportunistic, and they see the value. So when you see airplanes that are trading at material discounts to what they did as recent as early 2008, those are buyer savvy or market savvy buyers.
That's true, but maybe there's a temptation for some buyers to think, well, the prices are pretty good, but if I just hold out and play hardball for a bit longer, I can get these prices even lower. Would that be mistaken thinking, maybe?
In some markets, yes. In other markets, it varies. And it varies frankly, quite dramatically by model of aircraft. If you're in a Gulfstream 550, where there's only 2 to 3% of the supply for sale at any given time, that's one where a buyer has to be poised to move very expeditiously. If you're considering an older G4SP, whereby there's rather liquid supply and it's an aging aircraft, that's when a buyer with good advisors can still get a good deal, whether or not they wait. So I actually view there to be relative stability. I'm a glass half full opinion at the moment, and I'm basing that on the results our company is achieving.
That's interesting. And I mean, you can go to many sources of advice of whether you're a buyer or a seller, but what sort of difference do you think your approach makes? I mean, what sort of added value do you bring to people who are trying to sell their aircraft and those who are trying to find the right aircraft to buy?
The value we add to sellers, first off, is we're going to give them very honest advice. We're not going to flower up the value of their airplane. We're going to give them credible opinions, and we're going to base it on results that we've achieved or we've seen the market achieve. And so buyers can have some confidence that when we're bringing airplanes to market, our sellers are ready. We don't have the luxury of being able to represent airplanes for sellers that are out there thinking, if I could hit the new top market, then I might sell. We're representing real, value, respectful sellers. In terms of the buyers, I can give them absolute assurance that the airplanes we're selling have those educated sellers.
Yeah, that's interesting. So you're trying to close the circle on both sides.
Indeed, we need them both.
That's excellent. Well, this has really opened my eyes. It wasn't quite what I expected, but I'm glad it's more positive than I expected.
Yes,
and
yes.
Thank you very much, Chad. We certainly wish you well for the rest of the year. We hope you
Thank
hit
you.
those targets.
Thank you.
And for AIN TV, I think we've shed some light on the pre-owned market. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Charles Alcott.